Then they're all out there and kissing and stuff like they was not in bed screwing with Kendall all night. Get out of my face.
Y'all, the internet just went into meltdown mode after Kanye West started dropping explosive claims about the Kardashian family and their alleged connections to Jeffrey Epstein. Late-night posts, deleted screenshots, and cryptic voice clips suddenly appeared, with Kanye insisting he's been silenced for years and hinting that hidden documents, secret meetings, and powerful names are all part of a bigger story nobody wants public. He didn't show hard proof, but the way he talked had fans panicking and haters digging through old headlines, trying to connect dots from past interviews, leaked court papers, and viral rumors that never really died. Kanye kept repeating that what he saw behind the scenes changed everything, claiming Hollywood elites protect each other while the public only sees the fake smiles and reality show drama. Within minutes, hashtags exploded, reaction videos flooded TikTok, and people started asking if this is why Kanye kept warning about the Kardashians for years. Still, nothing he said has been confirmed, and there's no verified evidence linking the Kardashians to Epstein's crimes. But the mystery, the questions, and Kanye's emotional tone have turned this into another dark Hollywood storm. Fans are split, critics are furious, and the silence from everyone involved is only making the rumors louder. One thing is clear, when Kanye starts talking like this, the whole internet stops and listens, waiting to see what shocking twist drops next.
I now hold the opinion that Kim Kardashian is a prostitute, and I'm not going to edit this opinion. Kim Kardashian is a prostitute. Her mother is a—
Recognize this cabin right here that Kris Jenner's at? Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell.
Good American on the outside. I've got Skims on the inside.
Wait, say that again?
I'm drinking 818 like crazy.
A sealed complaint buried inside the Epstein archive that suddenly whispers the names of Kim Kardashian and her sisters alongside a Maxwell accuser. Before we read the filings line by line, here's the quick breakdown of what the papers claim. The complaint says Maxwell allegedly kept close ties with the Kardashian family and that the accuser believes her identity was used without consent, pointing toward possible identity theft. It even repeats rumors that the accuser's eggs were taken and used in pregnancies, suggesting potential surrogacy or fertility abuse. Still, the author admits only DNA evidence could prove anything. The filing goes further, accusing the sisters of using the accuser's name and money in business ventures and promotional deals. One section highlights a cosmetics deal, referencing ownership links to Kylie Jenner and a supposed $600 million transaction. Some speculate about connections to a separate mystery involving Lou Taylor and funds once linked to Britney Spears, though that remains only a theory with no proof. Kim Kardashian's name appears again in claims about identity conflicts and concerns involving children. Khloe Kardashian and Kendall Jenner are described as having an unusual interest in the accuser's marriages and legal name changes. The complaint also—
This federal RICO though, on KK and Kris. Ooh. The federal RICO I'm about to drop. Anybody know Kim and cool with Kim? They need to tell her now. The rain is coming. The feds.
The celebrity world survives on whispers. Rumors travel faster than facts, and sometimes a name gets pulled into a storm before anyone even knows where it began. What started as harmless chatter around Lewis Hamilton, glamorous cameos, and tabloid noise, suddenly twisted into something far heavier. Because buried inside a recent filing connected to the Maxwell case, certain Kardashian names reportedly surfaced, not as confirmed evidence, not as proven involvement, but as allegations written by a complainant. And that distinction matters. These are claims on paper, not verdicts in court. The document paints a disturbing picture of someone who believes powerful circles misused an identity, suggesting influence, proximity to fame, and an alleged encouragement of exploitation tied to a name. It spirals into rumors about fertility struggles, high-level business arrangements, and cosmetic empires linked to staggering amounts of money. No investigation has verified any of it. Even the filing itself acknowledges that proof would require testing, deep inquiry, and official confirmation. Still, the accuser alleges her finances and identity were used to boost ventures she never authorized, raising a chilling question. If someone truly believed their life was being rewritten by the rich and untouchable, how would they even fight back? The filing even references old celebrity memoirs, whispers of rivalry, personal obsession, and identity disputes, adding another layer of chaos to an already tangled narrative. Coincidence? Misunderstanding? Or something darker? What makes this explode online is the shadow of Maxwell's connections. She moved through elite social worlds for years, but a name appearing in a report is not proof of guilt. Yet the mention of surrogacy rumors, DNA speculation, and beauty brand transactions is enough to ignite the internet. And that's where this story lives. In the uneasy space between rumor and reality. between accusation and evidence, between what's written and what's actually true. Until authorities confirm anything, it remains what it is, an unproven claim, wrapped in mystery, controversy, and questions no one can answer yet.
My mother that signed for the daughter to do this tape has the rights to the names and the likeness of my black children. That's what we're dealing with.
Jeff Bezos hosted at his $165 million mansion in Beverly Hills. The theme was a play on James Bond's 007. Inside the party, you could find all the billionaires, including Mark Zuckerberg, Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates, Prince Harry, and Meghan.
If any of this ever gets verified, the fallout would be catastrophic. Because suddenly, the conversation isn't just gossip anymore, it's turning into something that sounds almost criminal in scale. Kylie's name being pulled into allegations like this? That's not tabloid fluff. That's the kind of claim that could destroy reputations overnight. And then it gets even stranger. Why would Kim be mentioned in the middle of something involving identity disputes? Why would Khloe or Kendall supposedly have any interest in the private marriages of a complainant? That part feels almost unreal, like pieces of a puzzle that don't belong together. But the filing drifts into darker territory, pregnancy-related identity fraud, whispers of surrogacy, accusations that don't even make sense on the surface. And that's the question haunting this entire situation. What would they possibly gain? It's hard to wrap your mind around until more names start surfacing. Because now Lou Taylor is reportedly being dragged into the narrative, and when Lou Taylor enters the room, the shadow of other powerful figures isn't far behind. Suddenly, even Diddy's name gets mentioned in the same breath. And once you're talking about managers, handlers, elite circles pulling strings behind the curtain, this stops sounding like celebrity drama and starts sounding like something prosecutors would study. Some are even calling it the blueprint of a RICO-style nightmare, the kind of organized scheme people only whisper about until it's too late. And then there's another detail that makes the whole thing feel even more unsettling. The complaint itself is messy. The spelling, the grammar, the chaos of it. If lawyers were truly involved, why does it read like something rushed, unstable, almost desperate? It raises doubts, but it also raises suspicion. Because one thing about the Kardashian empire is this. The numbers are enormous. Hundreds of millions. Billion-dollar valuations. Sudden wealth that feels untouchable. So when allegations start circling around fraud, identity misuse, and financial exploitation, people don't just scroll past. They lean in. Because if even a fraction of this were ever proven, it wouldn't be a scandal. It would be an earthquake.
But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these, all you fake hard, you.
Courtney always says North is my lesson on this planet.
What does that mean? She's your lesson.
It means that I'm supposed to learn even more patience.
She didn't just walk away from him. She left with a warning. To the public, their divorce looked like another celebrity ending, a clean split, a press release, a few carefully staged smiles for the cameras. But behind closed doors, something else was brewing. Because within the last 48 hours, insiders claim the ex-husband has been preparing something far more dangerous than a custody battle. A sworn statement. Not about betrayal, not about romance, but about what he says she knew and who he says she was connected to. The whispers don't come from tabloid blogs anymore. They're circling through legal filings, sealed motions, and sudden digital disappearances that feel anything but accidental. On Tuesday, court documents quietly referenced an unusually small support arrangement, a number so strange it immediately raised eyebrows among attorneys watching the case. At the same time, federal agencies admitted they have released only a tiny fraction of files tied to one of the most closely guarded investigations in modern history. Less than 1%. And insiders insist the unreleased material contains repeated mentions of a powerful female intermediary, someone with access not only to elite circles, but to the private gatherings where influence moved like currency. What makes it unsettling isn't just the allegation. It's the timing. A sudden unfollow months ago, a rushed agreement behind the scenes, and sections of legal paperwork that reportedly vanished before the public ever saw them. According to one paralegal familiar with the unsealed drafts, the real fear isn't what's being claimed. It's what might eventually be demanded as proof, and who is already scrambling to make sure certain pages never reach daylight. Because this stopped being a divorce story. It started looking like a controlled collapse. The filings themselves are ordinary, shared custody, asset division, structured payments. But the clock surrounding them is what feels explosive. They were submitted just days after a federal letter admitted millions of pages of evidence remain unpublished. The letter used vague language, promising releases soon without defining when. Veteran prosecutors called the ambiguity abnormal. Some believe the delay has nothing to do with protecting victims, and everything to do with giving powerful people time to prepare. The first sign this was no ordinary split came when legal observers noticed something chilling. The ex-husband's team didn't just request custody. They requested the right to question witnesses tied to business dealings spanning multiple years. Years overlapping with some of the most infamous private gatherings whispered about in elite circles. The motion never names anyone directly. Instead, it uses language broad enough to pull in executives, associates, and third-party intermediaries under federal scrutiny. And then, the digital erasure began. Within hours, archived posts started vanishing. Photos, captions, connections. Years of public history wiped clean in what looked less like rebranding, and more like panic. The kind of cleanup crisis teams only attempt when legal danger feels immediate. And now, the silence is louder than any statement. No press leaks, no controlled narrative, just an eerie quiet as the filings grow sharper, more aggressive, more desperate. One newly surfaced footnote even references a sealed deposition from a former employee, someone alleging private conversations about financial arrangements involving names that appear in the broader investigation. The identity is hidden, but the job title matches an executive who abruptly disappeared from the company years ago and has never spoken since. Meanwhile, federal agencies admit they are still sitting on nearly 2 million pages of unreleased material, including audio-visual evidence from properties tied to the case. Insiders say the real holdup isn't paperwork. It's the footage, security feeds, private recordings, VIP interactions too compromising to surface without consequences. And that's the terrifying question hanging over everything. What happens when the next document drop arrives? Because this isn't just a marriage ending. It's a high-stakes transaction where the real currency isn't money. It's silence. And someone somewhere is racing to erase the trail before it becomes a weapon.
I have to finish the sentence. It matters to us and you. It doesn't matter what the internet says. It matters what we think. Yay.
So what do you think? Did you have an effect on my mental health?
Yes. 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 I'm saying yes. And I love you. I love you. I don't want you to be not perfect. I love you. And I want my daughter to love you the way you want her to love you.
The most revealing part of any legal battle is often what never appears on the page. Because in cases like this, omission is strategy. The motions reference third-party associates, vague connections, unnamed circles, yet certain names are never spoken aloud. Legal analysts say this is intentional. You don't make the accusation directly. You build the framework. You force the other side into a position where denial becomes its own risk. And what's happening now isn't a loud rebuttal. It's silence. Not statements. Not clarification. Just removal. The conversation has shifted away from whether there is any connection at all and toward a more unsettling question. What exactly is being avoided and why? What makes this pattern unusual is that it doesn't match the standard playbook of celebrity crisis management. If this were a simple brush with controversy, the response would be immediate, aggressive denials, controlled media leaks, a rapid effort to close the narrative. Instead, the behavior suggests something else entirely. A pause. A waiting. As though everyone involved understands that the real story hasn't surfaced yet. And that's when the focus changes. This isn't about what one person claims to know. It's about what others have warned should never be said out loud. Because the monthly payments, the quiet agreements, the legal precision, they don't feel like closure. They feel like positioning. Not as an ending, but as preparation for what comes next. The real cost isn't in court documents. It's in what happens if sealed material ever becomes public. And if federal agencies' own language is any indication, that moment may be drawing closer than anyone is ready for. What's becoming clear is that this was never just about a relationship. It was about proximity to a system. And systems operate by rules. Rule 1. You don't speak about what happens behind closed doors. Rule 2. When the record begins to surface, you make sure your name isn't the one that remains. And Rule 3. The most dangerous rule of all is what happens when someone decides they're done staying quiet.